evaluation. What prevented some of the drives from getting to their fruition, I'd say?
Yeah, I think, the biggest thing when you look back on it, we had some good drives. I mean, we're moving the ball successfully. It's been the same kind of thing you find is just the finish. We've got to learn to finish the drive. And I don't think we did a very good job of that. I know we had, without taking the knee at the end, we had 11 possessions, and we moved the ball on about seven plays, and on average 7 plays a drive. So, that just shows me that we're moving the ball. We just got to learn how to finish when we get down in there. And that's what I really told our guys yesterday. We've got to learn how to finish, and we've been talking about that for a while. It's just something we got to keep harping on. Something we got to go do.
Joe, how do you think Grayson Gunner played? Of course, he's a guy from the state of Mississippi, and his dad played down there. Kind of what are you looking for out of him? How fired up do you think he is about that?
Yeah, I know he's really extremely excited to go play down there. He's a guy that has done a lot of good things for us in practice. We've really challenged him in the run game, and I think he's gotten a lot better at that. When he caught the ball in the flats the other day, we'd like to see him try to make that guy miss and score and not, get tackled on the 1 yard line. I know he wanted that touchdown as well, but that's one thing that, just take it to the next level and go put that thing in the end zone, go find a way to get it in. But he's doing some really good things for us. I know he'll be excited to play this week back in his home state and continue to get better as he's done all fall camp.
Just as far as having a game together, do you feel the timing will improve with Sam Starkle with the receivers?
Yeah, again, when you got some young guys out there, it's always difficult. They're working out, getting releases, they're working, getting their depth. That was the biggest thing when me and Coach Stepp talked yesterday was just understanding the depth of the route. There's several times where we were short on routes that didn't help things. And again, that's just playing a lot of football. That's getting a lot of reps and understanding, hey, if the guys, jam me at the line of scrimmage or whatever it may be, I still got to get my depth on the route because that hurts the timing of the play and we can be late on the throw or whatnot. So there's a lot of things there we can clean up. Again, a lot of those guys were playing their first game. There was a lot of nervousness, I would think, with those young guys. But again, it's over now. Game 1's over. We got to move on and we got to get ready to go this week in Oxford and be ready for Ole Miss.
Joe, what were your QB evaluations? Did Nick show you enough to merit more playing time as well?
I think the quarterback evaluations, they both graded out okay. The biggest thing that hurt their grade was just not carrying out their fakes enough. Looking back, we knew going into the game that Portland State would have an extra hitter in the box. And we would have to do some things to try to either make him miss or run through him, which you saw a couple of times. Or the quarterback carrying out their fake, trying to hold that guy a little bit. And I think both of them can do a better job of that. Carrying out their fakes was really the biggest technique issue they lost points on their grade of. Missed assignments, I know there was a couple of those, not many, just a couple of small things that we can get cleaned up, per game plan type stuff. I don't think Nick did anything to overtake Ben. I think, if he goes in and throws the touchdown over the top instead of the interception, we may be talking something different, But, I think Ben played, good. He protected the football and managed the game. Obviously, he missed a couple throws. You're never going to play perfect, no matter who's at quarterback, whether it's Joe Montana or Brett Favre. You're not going to play perfect. It's just about hitting the balls that are there. And I know there was a couple balls that Ben, would like back. Obviously, I counted about 5 drops and about 3 throwaways. So if you take that away from his, stat line that you guys look at, he's up there in the 66% range of completion. So, the 3 throwaways, I got to call a better play, and the 5 drops, we got to make those plays. We got to execute, be more sharper, and execute those plays, and we'll be okay. But it's first game for everybody. I made mistakes, they made mistakes. It's what it's all about, getting better, and that's what we're going to be focused on this week, getting better and being ready to go play.
On the Starkle interception, what specifically did you see on that play? And then Chad was saying that, 'O'Grady' should be back this week. How big will it be to get him back?
Well, on the interception, it was a play that we had looked at on film and knew, kind of had a good idea of what they were going to do there. I'm not going to single anybody out, but there's depth issue. There's obviously throwing the ball low in the red zone with the middle is not what you want. You want to miss high if you miss. You can ask Nick himself, but I mean, Nick told me he just didn't see that guy. He saw the other one, didn't see him. So that kind of stuff happens. It's football. You're going to make a mistake or two. But we're obviously trying to big focus on taking care of the football and trying to eliminate those mistakes is what our biggest focus is, especially in the red zone. When you get set up by the defense to go score, we gotta capitalize on that. We gotta put the ball in the end zone. But it was there. It was what we thought. Obviously, we just got to execute a little bit better. What was your second question?
How big will it be to get CJ and Brady back?
It'll be big. I mean, he's obviously one of our better players. Those other tight ends have worked hard. He's seen that. So I think he's really raised his level a little bit, coming back off of his injury, that he's got to, be better. He's got to do the things that we're asking him to do from a route running standpoint and blocking and all that kind of stuff to, earn his playing time back. But I think he's done that. I think he'll be ready to go and be ready to make some plays for us.
Hey, Joe, has Ole Miss changed its front under Mike McIntyre? What difference do you see in them?
Yeah, it's a very similar front. The thing about them, I think you see from last year to this year is they're much more sound in what they're doing. They're much more gap sound in what they're doing. They played extremely hard the other day. They're running the football. The thing you see about them that just stands off the sheet is just how much experience and older guys they have on the field compared to all our young guys. So it'll be a challenge for us. But I think that, our guys, again, have to raise their level from last week. But Ole Miss is doing some really good things. They're much more gap sound. They're playing harder. They've got some experience. They've added a junior college linebacker. They did some good things the other day on defense. But I know they're, feeling the same way we are right now. We all got to get better. And so it'll be a good game. It'll be a good atmosphere down there in Oxford. We can't wait to get down there.
Benito Jones in particular, what kind of problems does he present?
He's a big rascal in there, man. He's hard to move. He's quick twitch. He has good moves inside. We'll have to do a good job of collecting him in movement and different stuff that they do. But he's a good player for them.
Also, how did Hayden Johnson look like he was pretty effective as a blocker? Did you feel pretty good about his play?
I do, yeah. I call him Dr. Johnson. He's studying to be a doctor, so he did some good things in the blocking game, but he can also catch balls too. Again, we were pretty simple in our plan with what we were doing, so hopefully we can add a couple things for him this week as well.
Coach Morris said he's planning to play Starkville in the game. Is the same expectation going in this week? Have you talked about that yet?
Yeah, we haven't talked about it as much. He'll probably play, I would imagine. Don't know when. Again, it's all about how you practice. We've got to have a good week of practice. I think, we're constantly evaluating those guys, and obviously we've got to go with the guy we feel gives us the best chance to win. So we'll see this week in practice how it looks, but I would imagine he would play at some point.
When you look back, there's always probably things you're going to change, you would wish you had done differently. When you look at the whole scope of things, is there anything that you wish you'd called maybe a little differently in the game? And also specifically maybe when you were at 1st and 5 down at the 9-yard line?
Yeah, there's always things you're going to want to do differently and look back on it and, have a couple calls here or there that you wish you had back. The biggest thing was we knew going into the first game there was going to be some different things they did. They did a great job, and they spent a lot of the summer studying us and getting ready for us, and they had a good plan, and their guys played extremely hard. We told our guys, an FCS opponent plays you, it's kind of their Super Bowl, and that's why they played. They played extremely hard and came at us and did some good things. First and goal, we had a couple things go wrong. I'm not going to single anybody out, but there was a couple missed assignments there and a bad call on my part. Again, it's the first game for everybody. A lot of mistakes were made. We got to clean those up.
One more question for Coach Craddock. Scotty?
Yeah, just your assessment of Trey Knox and Traylon Burks in their debut.
Yeah, again, Trey not practicing for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, whatever it was. He played 60 snaps, I believe it was. So, you know, he played a lot. Obviously, probably wasn't in the best of shape that we, you know, would have hoped he would be in game one, missing so much. So Traylon did some good things, obviously had some catches, did some good things. Like to see him win a little bit better on one-on-one coverage. We thought we'd be able to take a couple shots on their number 14 going into the game, and that guy, number 14, you know, he and I think Coach Stepp saw him after the game and told him he got a lot better in a year, and he did. He impressed us. So again, we got to get better. Traylon's got to get better. Trey Knox got to get better. Everybody's got to get better, including myself. And so we just keep working, keep getting better, keep bringing those young guys along, and win versus man coverage. But I thought the overall assessment of those two guys for their first time out wasn't bad. But obviously, again, we can all get better. All right, thanks, Coach.